How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video, and we do have a store reset that I thought I would go through with you all. At 3 AM this morning, the store was reset. It was reset earlier for the Asian market and it was leaked out with what we're getting. So if you want to see more of this type of content on this channel, let me know in the comment section below. Right, so let's get started with the show. In this week's refresh, we get the usual discounts for the Intertwined Fate and the Acquaint Fate, so if you have been collecting those glitters, now's a good time to spend them. You also have Bennett and Lisa available, so if you want to get additional constellations for them, you can do that. But with these ones, you do need to actually get doubles on actual pulls, so these are actually harder to get in the long run. It took me quite a number of pulls before I could actually get Razor last week, so don't expect to get these anytime soon unless you've been saving or you've been whaling. Next up, we have a bunch of weapons that are on display this month. We have the Blackcliff Longsword, the Blackcliff Stasher, the Blackcliff Pole, the Blackcliff Amulet, and the Blackcliff Warbow. So I thought we'd go through the weapons because those are the clear standouts for this refresh. So the Blackcliff Amulet is a catalyst. It's a 4-star, its attack is 42, secondary attack is crit damage, its passive is press the advantage, and the bonus for these items read: after defeating an enemy, attack is increased by 12, 15, 18, 21 and 24% depending on your refinement. At 1 refinement it will be at 12%, at max refinement at 24% for 30 seconds. This effect has a maximum of 3 stacks, so it can stack up to 72%. Additionally, the duration of each stack is independent of the others. Now, what does this mean to you in layman terms? Well, at 24% with a single enemy defeated, you will get an additional 10.6% attack. At 48 with 2 enemies defeated, you will gain 23% additional attack on your base attack. And finally, on 3 enemies defeated, you will get 30.1%. Now, this is based off the attack of your weapon. Now, what I'm not sure of is if this attack is based on your base attack as well, and if it does, then that number will be skewed even more. But what this is telling me is that this weapon is actually pretty awesome if you can dispatch enemies quite quickly. If you're not dispatching enemies, you are getting 0 benefit from this weapon. If you're fighting a boss like the Varlin, or if you're fighting a boss like the Wolf, then this weapon is completely useless. It's adding nothing to your arsenal. You're only going to encounter one boss, and therefore you're not going to utilize anything from this. This weapon is a very situational weapon, and it's a very niche weapon. So is it worth the amount of star glitters that it's actually asking for? In my honest opinion, no. Inside the Abyss, this could be really awesome. Inside the mains, this could have a place. But if you're looking for a weapon to improve, to hasten up the super boss defeats like the world bosses or the major weekly bosses, this weapon will add nothing to your arsenal other than the base attack of 42 or 44 and the crit damage it actually gives you. And that's where this weapon is actually at. It's a very situational piece. It can be good used in the right circumstances, but it really depends what you're trying to use with it. Currently, if you're just trying to go after the major super world bosses and the weekly bosses, don't bother with this weapon. But if you plan on using it in, say, like the Abyss or the mains where you've got multiple enemies and you can go through them quite quickly, then this weapon is going to be pretty awesome, because even at 3 stacks at 72%, you're still gaining that additional 30% attack, and that will take you from 42 attack all the way up to 74 attack, which is pretty insane floor base attack and no leveling. This will of course increase as the base attack of the weapon is leveled up, so you can imagine how much more damage you're actually going to get off this with the 30% at max refinement. And so every other ability that you have is providing a bigger bonus on your attack percentage that you're getting from it. So I think this is a weapon that does have its uses, but it just depends if you want to build around a kind of selective weapon rather than one fits all. Now, if you look at the other weapons, the longsword, the pole, the slasher, the warbow, they all have the same perk. There's no difference to them. They are essentially the same weapons, just for different characters. And that's pretty much all I wanted to go through today. I wanted to just go through these weapons to give you guys a broad idea of what I think is good or not. Should you get it, should you not? It's niche, it does have its uses, but me personally, I'll probably be skipping on these. And as I said at the beginning, I bought Razor last week. I'm not a whale, so I'm not going to be spending crazy and trying to get these. It's going to cost you a lot to get these 5, and it looks like this is the only place to get them, so you're going to have to whale a hell of a lot to get these. So overall, unless you really are a whale and you really want these items just for collection and to say that you've got them, for me it's a hard pass. Right guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to get this out there. Thank you for watching, thanks for being here, and until the next video, stay safe and remain legend.